Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed. I have another intuitive message for you. Keep in mind, take what resonates and what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Gemini, I'm praying, I'm saying my prayer. You who arrange for Yusuf, alayhi salam, arrange for my affairs for me. Fix my condition and provide for me. O Lord, protect me from the evil of your creation. O Allah, fulfill my need, relieve my distress, and relieve my anxiety, O Lord. How does the morning after feel? That's the question that just popped in my head. What do you mean? I don't know. This card is not with the rest of the deck because the deck was right here. My apologies. I'm trying to get to this deck right here for you. This is my self-love deck and self-care deck and my all that lovey-dovey stuff. But I didn't know that this card was here. And this is further amplifying the question: how does the morning after feel? Even though your dream is impossible right now, could you get it? Give it the chance to come true in the future. If you want to explore that, we can. If not, so what? Let's get started. I see you doing you though, with the quality over quantity mentality. It's like somebody is like, okay, I get it. We got kind of a ass white couch thing going on. It's like, what does that mean? It's like you don't want you don't want to be the bottom of my shoes after I stepped in some shit. I get it. You don't want to cater to my kinks while I'm in this space. You have to realize, sometimes, okay, people, when you see somebody not showing liberation towards you, they're in a different space, or they're in a certain space, and even if they don't elaborate on it, hold on, I gotta tie this thing around my head. Even if they don't elaborate on it, you know that y'all not yoking. The chemistry ain't cheming. It ain't mixing. The chemics are not mixing well at the moment. Not for where each other's going with the conversation or something like that. You can still be kinky with someone even in a good space. You don't want to be kinky with someone in the space that you see that they're in. Something about it freaked you out. It made you run the other way. So even if you don't feel like it's possible right now, I keep hearing Alicia. I've been hearing Alicia Keys for days. A man and a man, if he ain't man enough and she switches it around, a woman and a woman, if she's not woman enough to love you when you're right, wrong, weak, strong, you dig? And then the bridge of it is like something so strong, keep you holding on. It doesn't make any sense, but it makes for a good song. I hear all that. I keep hearing it. So you want to figure out, is that you? Gemini placements? Or is it both? You don't understand it. That's the part where it don't make sense, but you know you need to pull back because you're trying to assess the situation. You're trying to approach it with an objective space, from an objective space, not a subjective one. How does the morning after feel was not derogatory to anyone unless you did something. But however way it resonates, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. So that question still implies. So if you had a meltdown, if you had sex, if you had a prayer, if you had a breakthrough, if you had a dream, if you had to ponder, however way it resonates, how does the morning after feel for you? If you had a chat with somebody, if you had that talk with somebody, take a breath. I feel like you feel better the morning after. Whatever happens. Did you take a psychedelic drug? Just to get a trip, just to escape. So I feel Neptune energy with the escapism, by way of escapism. Like your seven of cups would be like your Neptunial energy, a little bit. And you just want to trip off of how you're feeling and whatever, because you've already made a decision to just say yes and to ground yourself. So you already made the decision as to how you're going to feel about it, and you surrender to how you're going to feel about it is going to be different for everybody. And you surrender to it, and you're going to start moving forward that way. So it's something you realize, so something you surrender, something you accepted in your own third eye. Because this card has purple on it. Even though your dream, all these cards have a little bit of purple. Even the mountains in the background is purple. And this card says purple. So 25 is significant, or 7 is significant. It could be a life path number 7 or a personal life path number 7. Even though your dream isn't possible right now, that's purple because you give it a chance to come true. But what I really like is the different abstracts of purple because there's different layers of the psyche being peeled back. And then that wants to peek out 28, intuition. You got a hunch about something. I haven't used these cards since I made them like this. So I'm making sure I shuffle them very, very much. A lot. A lot, a lot. Protection. You called your power back. You cut the cords. Your soul retrieval. And even that has purple in it. This gives me 7 sisters. Or I see psychic attacks too. I never noticed this, but you see it look like a little bubble. It looks like when you blow bubbles, it looks like that. You see how that light is like kind of like shimmering from somewhere, like it could look like it could be echoing from somewhere. You could be receiving energy from all different angles, and you could have realized something. Maybe you sat back and pondered something about where all this was coming from in the first place. You could have felt I don't think you felt bamboozled, but somebody definitely feels bamboozled. Somebody does. It didn't make any sense. Something about it, this experience didn't make any sense, but it made for a good song. It can make for a good song. Your soul retrieval. You could have got it. You could have been attacked in some way or another. Or you're trying to figure out, is your own subconscious working against you while you do soul stuff? It depends. And then you have the just say yes on the bottom, on the very bottom. Let's put that right there. You could set that right there. But the morning after, I feel like you could have went on like a little weekend trip, spent the night out, woke up to like a nice, you know, how the morning when before the sun hits its peak for the day, and it's a little breeze and it's bright. You could be sitting on a balcony. They have like plants around you or something like this. Kind of catch the light. And you kind of checking your temperature about how you're doing. Dance with life. Do something different to change your energy. I feel like that whatever happened probably was a mistake of thinking that was going to do something to change your energy, and that was not what that was meant to do. That wasn't what that was. Council of Light, divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realm. Okay, so you could have been running away with the circus a little bit, and it could have been the Most High coming back to wheel you back in because you jumped out the window. If you get what I'm saying, not like quite literally, but you kind of jumped out the window against yourself. Not against yourself, but something that wasn't supposed to be for you. You wasn't supposed to be in that realm. So maybe somebody could have been trying to pull you into a certain mindset or pull you into a certain spiritual realm, certain space spiritually. Could be to have their way. And divine orchestration cut right into that. Because you could be somebody who always says prayers before you do something. Like you see me say little prayers before I do something. That's not just here, I do it all the time. If I think something's about to happen, if I get an intuition or an instinct, I'll say a prayer. So, the priestess, how are you looking? How are you being called to step up and lead? I feel like with that, the real question is how are you realizing people are trying to push you down because you're stepping up to lead? What's on the bottom? The great gathering is all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. Yeah, and that's purple too. So you're something about your intuition is getting super strong. And I think the Most High wants you to stop wanting more, for you lack nothing. That was the lesson, was for you to realize is that you should stop wanting more. You have everything you need to get what you dream of. So relax, breathe, be alert, and prepare to receive it when the time is right. You don't have to do anything else extra. You just keep dancing with life. Do something to change your energy, because somebody did something in an attempt to change your energy. You got to realize when you're doing good stuff for yourself, or you're trying to be you're putting your best forward when it's time for you to take care of yourself. The devil doesn't stop working 24/7. He doesn't stop, so you can't stop. And I'm not saying you did, but sometimes his attacks get a little stronger as you get a little stronger. You dig what I'm saying? So you don't have to want for nothing extra. I just feel like you're in this place and space in life where it's so good right now. You almost feel like something's missing. That could be a little bit of your ego trying to pull you back, regress backwards into old habits or old ways of thinking, old programs. You've been deprogrammed in so many different ways. Okay, and that was the lesson with the Council of Light, with divine orchestration. Like, listen, it's not that bad that this happened. Just so you know, we always want to be here for you. We have your back. Okay, because you're going deep. You can't do that alone. Going deep, you always need the right kind of support with you, and I feel like you do. I feel like you have the Most High, or divine orchestration. You have the Most High. I say it like that because you have the Most High. Even if you call it something else, it's still the Most High at the end of the day. Aww. And then you know what? It's a sudden realization for whoever sent something nasty your way, and it looked like a few of them. It do feel like it's a few different people, a few different resources, like little witches and warlocks. It's like the little kids. It's like they feel small. This could be full grown people, man or woman, and they feel small because what I'm here, and I'm reiterating, I hear this loud and clear. It's like I thought we pushed away what they perceived as your greatest asset, like your big joker who's protecting you. Maybe it's somebody on the surface level, like a family member, a grandparent, a mother, a father. I felt they thought they compromised everybody that loves you so they can play with you, and they forgot these are people who play Lord in their own life a little bit. And they're not so much important in this particular message. It's more about you. How are you feeling the morning after? Maybe you picked up on something and it took you through something that made you realize things. You're starting to see you have clarity about something, or you have clarity about people, some people, or you just have clarity, period, about where you are in life. It taught us a few things in this whole scenario. So the dynamic, somebody, just hypothetically speaking, someone sends a psychic attack, someone realizes somebody's sending them a psychic attack. You react to it in some way or another. It's no judgment, right? It's no right, wrong, or indifferent. I mean, you didn't compromise your soul. You acknowledge the ghost, you confront it, you release it. That's how it feels. And then you go through your own process to will yourself back together. Depends on how deep it was, or something that could have been deep in the subconscious or deep in the layers of your psyche. It pulled it up. That could have been some. It could have been people, places, and things from an outdated timeline that came back to the surface. And where you are today, you're able to spot it instead of becoming hook, line, and sinker to it. Like if somebody captivates somebody's attention to the point where they're a hook, line, and sinker to the experience. I like to talk, so I'm going to make sure my wording is correct so I'm not confusing the collective. What a couple things are realized at this point. Regardless that somebody sent it to you or not, it pulled something to the surface for them. It's like it wasn't easy for them. They realized you could no longer do that to that person. It's a test. You also realize how far you've not so much how far you've come, but you realize in the place and space that you're at, you're able, like, you're a lot quicker, you're a lot faster, you're a lot smarter and picking up on these things, so you're not hook, line, and sinker. But you can realize it, you can see it without falling too deep into it. Like you stood your ground about something or to someone, or you just acknowledge the ghost, confront it, and release it. Now, I'm not saying you're going to see Casper floating around your space. I don't mean it like that. I mean the ghost of the past. You look in the mirror, okay? Whatever that previous experience was for you, who he or she was to you, okay? It's an outdated timeline. This person realized you're gone, or you realize you're gone. I'm not there anymore. It's not the same. I am not the same. In such a beautiful, evolved way. That's admired and respected, even if you don't get the praise from whatever that person, place or thing was. But it's more about you. That's why I asked, how were you doing the morning after? Because the way you responded to it, and now I see the old clipping of the late singer Aaliyah, when she was on Star Search and she didn't win that competition. You ever watch her reaction, how graceful she handled it? And it goes back to the question to further amplify, even though your dream isn't possible right now, could you give it the chance to come true in the future? That is your character. Somebody sees the sweet nectar of your character and how you evolved. And the other thing it also taught, what else is learned and realized in these experiences, you are what they say you are, even if it comes off a little distorted. You're spiritually gifted. You have some kind of, like, it's an aura about you. Speaking of the late singer Aaliyah, that was always what was different about her, is her aura was so different from most people. She was like an angel. She was very angelic. Someone realized that about you. So even if they were told things about you, and even if people are perceiving you, and you have to realize everybody are at different levels in how they understand things, or understand things, as I like to say. It's not free. That's not your responsibility for how people understand things. So if somebody wants to make it a derogatory thing about your angelic ways, your aura, your gifts, your talent, whoever attacked it and may still attack it, they know they can't do it. It doesn't mean anything no more. They could do it with their free will, but it's weak. It's watered down. Your Teflon. I say that to be cute. Nothing sticks to you. It just slides right off of you. So for someone who was trying to get to know you or trying to figure something out about you, they now know. I see it. I kind of felt that way, but I had to be sure. I had to see for myself. I had to do my own due diligence. So someone did their own due diligence about you. Maybe somebody tested you, or spoke to you or reacted to you in a way where you didn't give them the wrong response, and they adorn that about you. They know it's true now. So whatever they hear about you moving forward, it's like, we know why now. We know why you feel that way. You're just trying to say this person is angelic and they have a nice aura about themselves. You just that's all they're saying, even if it comes off a little distorted. I'm proud of you, Gemini placements. Even a life you really want to live, you want to observe your surroundings through new possibilities, and you're shaping your conscious to include your dreams. That's what you're doing. So I feel like that could be God asking you, or the council, the who He appointed to help you, the angels and stuff. They're asking you, how are you doing the morning after? And you can answer it spiritually. You know, that's a spiritual thing. It's like I you can tell by a person's mannerism, their spirit. You can tell by a person's spirit and how they come off, how they're doing the morning after, how they're feeling the morning after. Maybe you needed to purge some things quite a bit. This is my intuitive deck. Okay, you're saying yes to somebody. Somebody's hoping you say yes because I put the stone of hope on the just say yes card. And you see how modestly dressed she is. They know what that means now. You just gave somebody an education or confirmation or something, and then you see the light. You see the light is going up like that on the picture. You see that? That's you and God. That could be the spiritual realm. They're asking you. This is the third eye. This would be like your intuition, that sharpened, heightened intuition. So you unlock something about yourself. Something about you has been unlocked, and you just tried it on for the first time. It's like buying a new pair of shoes. You kind of have to break them in a little bit before you get used to it. So that's how it feels. And then there's the water. So there's something that could have like been cleansed out of your water. Your water's been more purified. Your spirit is a lot more purified. You're just a lot smarter, a lot sharper. So something about you have a gift of discernment has been sharpened. Your heightened intuition, your common sense, everything is further amplified. And you realize it, and you practiced it through an experience. So now this is the morning after, and they want to know. They come to talk to you. Your angelic team has come to talk to you. Okay? You as a priestess, you as somebody who is a servant for a higher power. How are you being called to step up in me? So how was it? Like how do you feel? Like you could have known this about yourself, but now you found your way into it in a more responsible way. I like that. I like that. I like it, Gemini placements. Okay. So you have the moon, and you have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Five of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Swords, and the Five of Swords. And what's on the bottom? An awakening. This is the Judgment card. It's the awakening. You're protected with that Seven of Wands. You see how they all around this person. That's your angelic. That's your support. That's who God appointed to protect you. So likewise, now the shoe is on the other foot. Okay, whoever is representing this moon, because this is a major arcana. Whoever is representing this moon. So whoever is in sync with you could have been called to step up and lead in that same way as that same priestess. You dig? And they realize, and they could be asked the same thing. You know, you stepped into your role in a more responsible way, and it may not. It's not easy on your spirit be having a human experience, so it's not easy for nobody to go through it, and you're still trying to live this thing called life. It wasn't. Now what you're realizing is it wasn't. Somebody didn't feel comfortable doing some of those things that they were doing or saying some of the things that they were saying, but they were led to say that for you, not to you. It happened for you, not to you. And I see like a lot of bright blue rays right now, like it's blue. Even this aura right here is blue. It's real bright. It's very pretty. Okay, that's some of the things that were not revealed. Something you didn't know, or like something that's still hidden, or has to be kept hidden. Can't just come out and just spill everything to you. I have my responsibilities, just like you have your responsibilities with the priestess. Like they know things but can't say it. Okay, so you're more responsible now with your gifts. Because you now, this is what's hidden, that Eight of Cups. This person's walking in their purpose. Look how they're walking towards it. Like you're not struggling through apathy or nothing. You dig? But this person, what was happening for you, you notice how those cups are pouring into the other cups? Because you could have felt out of place or off kilt, or just something just felt really off. You didn't know. Okay? So you don't have split energy anymore. You put what was in these four cups into these four cups to fill them up. So they're not the same. Half of it in here and half of it in here. You put it all. You made a decision. Either way, you made a decision. And you poured what was in these cups in here to make them full. Okay? So what does that mean? I just feel like if that's a four cups in reverse, you know when it's a four of cups, it's not depressing. I feel like this is somebody who left spiritual guidance with a person as opposed to left them with something derogatory, whether it's words, energy, attitude. You just healed something about, you just healed. You don't even know what you did, but you helped something along. Like, look how you spilled, you put all this in this cup as you walked away. You walked into your purpose. But the next card is that Five of Pentacles, moving forward, moving into a space that you don't know. Typically, it means poverty on the surface level, but it's something that you left behind. Okay? Outdated timeline, outdated way of thinking, outdated way of feeling. You're just not there anymore. And that's what's abandoned. And with this Five of Pentacles, it's like you went from a four to a five. You had the five. You had the you're moving forward. You know that. You have to move, you're moving past something to get to a six, to get to reciprocal energy. Okay? So I feel like with this, you moved out of a void, a winter void, and into color, into the spotlight, into the sun. Okay, you moved into something a lot more lively, something that can illuminate things, where you see that you moved into your gifts in such a mature, Rico Suave way. You're able to see things in color. You see it for what it is. You're not in the shadows no more. And then you got Three of Swords, a communication. Be very thankful with the words that were being exchanged or lack of thereof, because think about what words that were not being exchanged, and that's the blessing. It never occurred to you to exchange particular words. Slow down. You could think about, you can ponder something the morning after. What was being said? It's not what was being said that matters. It was what was not being said that matter. And that's what you moved away from. It's not the same old shit, different day. That's what was not being said. What you did say moved you forward. So it's not an ego. It's not a feeling of rejection. It's not that. Okay? Instead, I reject what the mind is trying to convince me to do, because it's a conscience. It's something about your conscience, something about your spirit, something about something that you're mature now. So that means the work is showing. So the only thing you're rejecting now is your ego. And that Five of Swords is the other card, the last card that fell out. Okay? This kind of echoes this card right here. This is such a powerful punch, and more people should use it. You see this, love? I put it on here. You don't have to be nasty to get your point across. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's why it's heavy emphasis about that aura, something about in the way you responded. And someone's realizing that the morning after. So it could have been, you could have picked up on actions of vengeance. Someone could have been drunk with vengeance, or drunk with negative connotations, or negative self-talk, or something negative in the book, something to make you feel bad, some words of weapon, not words of encouragement. And that's defeat. You defeated your ego. Okay? But that heightened, if you're a priestess, that's going to be defeated every time. I tell you, every time it's only a 5, and a 5 could be changed. Like, you are protecting yourself. You have a lot to lose. You have everything to lose. And that begins with your soul. And that's the common sense you're moving forward with. Everything on earth, on this human, having this human experience, threatens, can be a potential threat to my soul. And that's because we're not the only ones living here. You have jinns that live here too, and they look to attack it all the time. That's why I told you the devil does not stop 24/7. He's always having people play. He's always attacking you through people, places, and things. Just like God is always putting signs and synchronicities to help you propel you forward. This is a breath of fresh air the morning after. It's exactly how it feels. It feels light. You feel good. You feel better about yourself. And that's the direction you want to go in. You want to abandon any thoughts or actions that make you feel hurt, betrayed, disrespected, abandoned, bullied, defeated, talked down to, when you don't want to do it neither. You're not doing it neither. That's why. You took, it's like a real alchemist type of energy. You took your healing energy, anything that would be a typical 4 of Cups energy, and poured it into this cups and made it full. There is no glass half empty, half full. They're full. Full of hope, full of love, full of belief in yourself. You gotta believe. You just have to believe. Okay? So the point is, you don't have to want for more. Stop wanting more. For you lack nothing. You have everything you need to get what you dream of. Relax, breathe, be alert, and prepare to receive when the timing is right. That's how you know what you prayed for. Your prayers are answered. What you feel like is yours is already yours. It's just you in that place of space now where you don't gotta go through some hurdles of knowing but not really knowing when and what, that space of anxiety. Hold on, y'all. You're not in that space of anxiety anymore about what you've been working towards. What's been kicking your ass along the way? Meaning it was quite the challenge. You accelerated past something. And it's not even about who or what has made you believe that for some reason or another you don't have what it takes to follow your dreams. That energy is what was sent your way to discourage you. That is not a thing for you, baby. That's not a thing. I hear my mother. I'm saying the word baby. Okay? Because you know life very well where somebody's always constantly depriving you of everything that's rightfully yours. They don't have that kind of power over you. You're starting to see who is and who isn't for you. Well, you now know who is or who isn't for you. What is or isn't for you, because you got stronger gifts. You just have it all. And that could be what someone's perception. Like, you could have thought everybody else had it all, and they had some kind of like key to the streets as to how to manipulate you into feeling like you have nothing. What are they using? It's like it was real 8 of Swords, and it's interesting that I'm thinking about the 8 of Swords because you got a 3 and a 5 on the board, which does equal an 8. It was an illusion. Psychic attacks are a real bitch because they're not always your thoughts. Sometimes people are sending stuff your way too. And when you are groomed into a lifestyle or surrounded by resources who do stuff like that because they're insecure, jealous, worried, disrespectful to themselves, they don't love themselves, they don't have the spiritual backing that you do. It's like somebody felt like you shouldn't have all of that because you didn't work for it. How does a baby have all of that? How does this person have all of that? It's like they went in full throttle. They went in full bloom. Like their shadow side went in full bloom against you. This moon. What is this moon? This moon is what's hidden to them. They don't know. You're very mysterious to them. Like, I don't know what this person has going on, but it's something powerful based off of how they handled it. You see the way I explained it? You got Two fives on this board. Actually, three, because you have the Eight of Cups and the three. At eight, so you can subtract the three from the eight, and that's still a five. Okay, so that could be 555 in some instances. Sometimes people are so arrogant because I see the Sora number 111.